All right.
Lucas Copp.
Juan, Denmark. How are you?
This is our 4 years.
4 years of stand-up comedy.
Fucking interviews.
You feel 4 interviews?
I feel great, dude. Cheers, man.
Great. Fuck it.
Fucking cheers.
Fuck it. Cheers. Hell yeah.
A lot's happened in a year, dude.
A lot's happened. And again, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Look at how fucked up I look. I saw the replay of the tape from the trial run.
Yeah.
My hairline is receding. I used to tell people it's not receding.
It took this interview for you to figure out your hairline's receding?
I'm telling you, before, I thought it started like this.
My hairline might recede. That's why I greased the fuck out of it.
And we can talk about this more. This is actually a good place to talk about it.
I'm
When
afraid.
you go bald, you're
I
going to
can't
be
go bald.
funny.
I'm never going to go
You're
bald.
not
I'm
gonna
going
be-
to Turkey.
You're
before
not
I
going
go bald.
Really?
I'm
You'll
going
really
Turkey.
get hair plugs?
Fuck it.
You'll get hair plugs.
Jaeger!
You gotta let it happen.
I can't let it
You know,
happen.
if you got the back part, if you just lost that,
If I lost the middle part,
you'd be way funnier. Because people would
I
think
could never eat pussy ever
People
again.
would think you were sexy, and then you turn around, and they'd be like, "Oh, he has a flaw."
All the tall women would be like, "This nigga is a dud."
Oh, that's why I hate. That's why I could.
That's why you can't date tall women.
I hate women looking down on this.
I love tall women. I'm actually a short king.
I can't. You're a short king.
I am. Any man who will date a woman taller than them is a short king. So I'm a short king.
That's not a bad.
I love a tall baddie.
That's not a bad definition.
Tall baddie. There's this tall girl with a fatty. I'm like, yes.
I just think my particular, like what I look like from down like that angle, that's not
It's
my
crazy?
angle.
You don't
That's
like
not
that
my-
angle?
I've seen that angle.
Yeah.
I look like a bird looking up at another bird. At a bird.
You
that
look like
could kill me.
yeah. You look like a less sufficient bird.
I'm not a bird of prey. I'm a prey bird. I'm a bird that's prey.
You're the prey of birds.
The prey of birds.
That's the name of this interview. That's the new name of this interview. I didn't know we would come up with the name of this interview so fast, but that's the name of this interview. The prey of birds. How does it feel
To be locked in a room with one black man who can do whatever he wants with me. He threatened me.
I threatened him,
All right, move on. I'm sorry.
and he can't do anything about it.
I'm gonna go to the gym after this. I have to be able to protect myself from Juan Denmark.
Do you feel like the comic scene is a sea of birds and your prey?
No.
What do you think about them? What do you think about the scene of comedy?
I'm actually trying to think about them way less.
Really?
I almost don't want to think about them at all.
Go deep.
I want to think about me individually, and everyone else can do whatever they want. Because I think when I think about other people, whether you think about people that maybe are better than you, or you think about people that are worse than you, either way, it does nothing to guide you.
I know. I always see people on Facebook and they write these long ass fucking paragraphs about their feelings, and I'm like, dude, you could have
Nobody
used that
gives a
time to write jokes.
Oh, so many people don't write jokes.
So many people would rather write their feelings about Lucas Copp being an asshole at Montevilla Station rather than spending that same exact 15 minutes to write a joke.
I was having fun.
No, you weren't having fun.
I was
You
having
were being
fun.
malicious.
I wasn't being malicious. When I make fun of people, I swear to God, I'm not being, unless they're a dick.
Did someone message you recently about how we made them feel uncomfortable with the jokes that we said?
No. No.
This is
Yes.
fun.
It
This
is fun. Look,
Listen, I can't joke with these comedians anymore.
I
There's
can't
only a
joke.
few people I can make fun of in the scene now because I don't want to get canceled.
my jokes are funny.
There's a new wave. It's cancel the talented black guy wave.
And Lucas.
And Lucas. 'cause
I whispered in a Mexican guy's ear. I told him I voted for Trump, and I don't want you here anymore.
I whispered to
And that
Mexican
was a
guys.
joke.
I whisper to Mexican guys, I voted for Trump all the time. It's funny. I think it's funny when you tell people you voted for Trump.
I've never voted.
It's funny.
I've never voted in my life.
I want to see how you respond. You've never voted ever, and you want to be a history major? How the fuck do you want to be a history major and you never participated in the political system of democracy?
It is fucked up because people died for the right to vote.
Yeah, my people died for your right to vote.
Have you ever voted?
Yeah, I voted.
What
I voted
president?
independent, nigga.
What president have you voted for?
Jill Stein. No, actually, it's some nigga named Johnson. No, it's some nigga named Johnson.
Jill Stein.
No,
you fucking
whatever.
Idiot.
I didn't vote for her. I voted
Jill
for some
Stein.
nigga. I voted for some nigga with his last name was Johnson.
Okay, have you ever voted?
He wanted to legalize weed.
Have you ever voted for a president that won the election?
No,
So you've never really contributed.
no. Whoa! Don't do that.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
on this. Not on this platform.
You were a soldier, and you were in
Any
Afghanistan.
Vote is contribution.
Okay, you're right, and that is democracy. And I'm gonna vote on the next one.
Yeah, because you know how many people in my family were like, "Oh, you're not voting? That means you're voting for Trump."
A lot.
I'm like, no, that means I'm not voting. I don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton, and I don't want to vote for Donald Trump.
What about Kamala Harris?
I'll never vote for Kamala Harris.
Why?
Because she's not genuine. Where is she?
So Donald,
has she made one statement about
Donald,
Joe Biden's cancer? Where is she? Joe Biden's dying of cancer, and the vice president is somewhere drinking Mai Tais with her Jewish husband.
She's having a good time.
She's having a great time.
She's having fun. So who is genuine? What politician is genuine?
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker?
Cory Booker.
Okay.
You know who Cory Booker is?
I don't know who Cory Booker is.
He had a documentary about him a long time ago where he lived in the hood on purpose, so he could know what it's like to be amongst the people.
Damn.
And then recently, he just did like a 24 or 48 hour, like where he just spoke politics to a group of people. Like he just spoke nonstop for like 24 or 48 hours just recently.
That's pretty crazy.
He puts his life.
I actually heard about that. It was like a
and my boy Bernie Sanders. I
like Bernie Sanders, but
you want to get me to vote, nigga?
I'd vote for
Bernie Sanders, Cory Booker, Juan Denmark.
I'd vote for you. Genuinely, I would vote for you. Fuck it. I would hope you do good.
I'm making the whites proud all across America.
You'd have like a good 6 months in office before the sex
before I get Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that.
You know Monica Lewinsky went to school in Lewis and Clark in Portland?
Oh, yeah. Would you smash Monica Lewinsky?
I would definitely smash Monica Lewinsky.
What's the most famous woman you've ever had sex with?
Whoa. Whoa. I'll describe her.
Okay, so there is an answer.
Yeah, it's an Asian woman. Actually, when I first moved to Portland, I met her. It's an Asian woman. She's a model.
Wow.
And when I met her, she had like 88,000 followers. And now she has like 175, 200. She's a model in.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, she's a model in California now, and she's actually the person who told me I'm not 6'3". I used to tell women I'm 6'3", and then she pulled out measuring tape. I was like, actually, pussy, you're 6'2 and a half. Stop lying.
That's what you need in your life.
I do. I needed her.
Wow.
She never read her contract though, so I read her contract for her and told her what's in her contract.
Damn.
I'm like, you already signed this, but here's what's in your deal.
You're like, I'm 6'2", but you get 10% of your profits.
You're in a 360 deal.
You stupid bitch.
You're gonna be 80 years old with no profit.
Okay, so
take a half inch. Make it a half century.
So the last time we talked was 4 years ago. Not 4 years ago. 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Every
Yeah.
year. So
every year.
But last year we hadn't done Kill Tony yet. Now you have a moderate amount of celebrity.
I'm a W list.
You are a W list celebrity. It's pretty good.
You're a Z list. Z.
How do you feel with your moderate amount of celebrity?
It's
Has it changed your personality at all? Has it changed how you walk around at all? What has changed?
I like to take girls on dates and sit outside on the
leave?
bench and wait until somebody recognizes me. It's really cool. It happens too.
It is cool.
I was on a date last week with a girl. We were just sitting outside, like on in Northwest too, and we're just talking, having a great day. And some guy walks by and he's like, "Hey, are you a comedian?"
That same thing happened to me, but I was with the boys.
No, that's not cool. It's not cool with the boys.
I looked around. He was like, "Oh my God, are you Lucas Copp? I remember you." And then he left. And I looked around. I was like, "This is a waste.
Yeah,
this is a waste."
Yeah, you need a woman present so that she gets moist.
You don't get any cool.
That's the best. That's the best form of foreplay.
I had to look at Milo. Milo was like, "Oh my God." Milo stopped looking at me. Doesn't help.
The best foreplay is being recognized in public. Like women look at you getting recognized in public and they're like, "Oh shit, I made a good decision."
Okay, very cool. Okay, so that's a change.
Yeah. As far as like personality and shit, like people bug me. Like you get bugged too. We both get bugged. We both did Kill Tony in the last year. Mm-hmm. The last time we interviewed each other, neither one of us have been on Kill Tony. Mm-hmm. And now we've both been on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Big joke books.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. This is like every year.
We keep growing.
Every year, yeah. And I'm always actually kind of surprised by how much changes year to year. Because that's the other thing. we are kind of a consistent. You can book us consistently to do a long set,
and you know we're gonna bring your money back.
Yeah,
we're gonna give it. Yeah. We're gonna make this a good show. We might even save the show, honestly. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, we're headliners now.
I think so.
What do you mean? I think so. We're headlining shows.
I've headlined a bunch of shows.
We've headlined a bunch. We've headlined
paper.
so many shows. We don't even care that our faces on flyers for headlining shows. We don't even save them anymore.
No,
that's just a part of what we do.
I've saved the first couple.
So I saved the first couple, but that's it now.
So do you ever feel like you deal with the imposter syndrome, or is that something you pushed out of your brain?
I constantly fight the imposter syndrome. Okay. You can't stop fighting the imposter syndrome.
No.
It's like a thing. It's the more you get recognized, the more imposter syndrome. It doesn't stop, bro. Like, how do you deal with the imposter syndrome?
And I took a month off.
I
quit comedy for a little bit. I quit comedy for a month because you think about it. Sometimes I look around at comics and I just get embarrassed. Comedy's kind of embarrassing, especially when what percentage of comics are truly successful? And I guess it depends on what your metric for success is.
Truly? Truly successful is you can pay all your bills with just the art of comedy.
95% of people miss that threshold. Maybe 98.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're actually missing.
It might be 98.
It's probably a bell curve. Have you taken statistics yet?
I took it and I dropped out and switched.
You're gonna have to take it.
I switched majors.
So the bell curve, it's really like the actual percent of significance is like 0.05. So it's 99.95.
Well, those are the comics that change the culture.
Right? Yeah. So 99.95 are not successful.
Yes.
0.05 are successful.
I feel like there's 5% of comics do pay their bills with comedy. I really
5% is a lot of comedians. Think about all the shitty open micers. 5% is a lot. 0.05 is probably where you're actually, because who pays their bills in comedy in Portland? Maybe
I know three, 2 or 3.
We have 300 comics in the city. That's not even 0.0. That's like 0.01.
Okay, that's fair. So it's like thoughts like that stresses me the fuck out.
Don't think about it. Just be funny.
And then that's why I'll always end up coming back, because comedy's always gonna pull you back. But some of the shit is just so sad. And then I remember we did one show. There was an old ass comic. He was like 50 something, and he was like doing act out. He was kind of like me, and I was watching it. He followed you. He bombed. This motherfucker's been doing comedy for 20 years, and he follows you and is fighting for his life. He's fighting for his fucking, like, you're a 20-year comic. We're doing a shitty show. It's not even that good of a show.
We're just happy to be here.
We're just fucking around. We're having fun. We don't care.
We came late.
This is a 20-year comic up there following Juan Denmark, fighting for his life. He kind of did comedy like me a little bit, but he had a gut that like stuck out from his shirt. He looked sad, and then he got off stage and was like trying to brag to you about how much pussy he used to got. Like, get away from us.
He was with the woman.
He annoyed the fuck out of me.
What about him annoyed you the most?
Because he was like the ghost of Christmas future. I looked at him and I said, I'm gonna go and get a job. I said,
I'm gonna go back to college.
I'm gonna go back to college. I'm about to go get a degree. I'm gonna go to work. And I'm gonna keep writing these jokes. But that guy disgusted me so much.
Because that's the epitome of certain parts of comedy. There's a weird part of comedy. Even when you did your what's it called show, when you did your Laugh Factory show in LA,
there was a
few of those comics on that show where they just skate by, they make just enough money to survive off comedy.
Yeah,
just enough.
They made that hour.
Just enough money. Barely. Every day they're cutting it close. They're like one Snicker bar away from sleeping in the tent.
I don't want to be one Snicker bar.
Snicker?
I don't want to be
Snicker?
I don't want to be one Snicker bar away from sleeping in a tent. That's ridiculous. I'm trying to be an adult with shit. I want to own shit. But so here's the conundrum, right? I actually think I'm good at comedy.
Yeah.
I'm good at it.
I wouldn't interview you every year if you weren't good at comedy.
I'm good at comedy.
I'm still a capitalist.
But it takes, I'm good at comedy, but there's this risk reward, and you have to juggle it.
Right.
I am tired of looking at that. Remember that comic at the Laugh Factory? He's been a regular at the Laugh Factory for 15 years.
He was bombing, but then he walked away from the mic, started doing weird crowd work.
It was kind of funny.
It was funny. I liked it.
I liked it. But he's been a regular at the Laugh Factory for 15 years, right? He had 15 teeth.
A year for each tooth.
He looked terrible. If you watch,
comedy's a bad sport.
If I look at this audience, so for some reason you look the same. If you go back and you watch each of our interviews year to year, this is the worst I've looked. I look rough as fuck. My fucking bags under my eyes are as black as him.
Listen, bro. You have to appreciate the game. You have to take care of yourself. You see, like, even though I'm a comedian, I still go to the gym every fucking day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We gotta do shit. Kevin Hart, he goes to the gym every fucking day.
Yeah.
Theo Von works out.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan works out. Tony Hinchcliffe works out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a group of people, there's a group of people who fucking are funny. Dave Chappelle works out, kind of.
He does. You gotta be healthy.
You have to be healthy. You can be healthy and funny.
I'm juggling a bunch of shit right now.
You know what I hate? I hate that people think you have to be a full degenerate to be funny. Like, I gotta be fat as shit. I gotta be smoking a cigarette outside.
Depressed,
I gotta be depressed. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't. You can be healthy and funny. Actually, people like you more.
Yeah.
Because they're like, damn, I can believe in this nigga.
Mm-hmm. He's trustworthy.
He's trustworthy.
In a way.
I'll give him my fucking $1.
Yeah. That's all we're looking for. Is
Yeah,
$1.
that's it. I just want $1.
I just want a Snickers.
Do you have a merch yet? Do you have merch?
I'm gonna get merch.
You need merch, bitch.
I got merch.
I got merch.
I know you got merch.
You need merch.
I'm gonna sell a rap album. I'm gonna sell a mixtape. You're gonna get this mixtape.
It's a white man selling you a mixtape.
Right next to a black dude who looks like he should have a mixtape.
But
it's me. It's me with the mixtape.
Oh shit.
If you had to pick who has the mixtape, it's me. Anyway.
It's me!
Yeah.
You should.
I'm
You should.
gonna
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Sign it. You sign it. Get like 4 Sharpies.
Mm-hmm.
Sign them bitches. Throw them off, bro.
Whatever
You need
you
a joke
want.
though. You need a joke for your merch. Like, that's the thing.
Do you have
to have a
what's
joke
your
for the
your?
merch.
I guess you have a condom like 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes. So you're talking about
30.
condoms.
I could do condom 30.
I would not want to watch
do a
it.
30-minute
I would
set
not
about
wanna watch
condoms.
it. I would walk. You would walk. I'd be like, we're still doing.
You're like, you know
condoms.
what? I'm fucking raw.
Oh
I'm
my
not-
God, he has sex. I'm leaving. I don't give a fuck. This is stupid
I have
as
a
fuck.
30-minute condom set. But then the stripper, I finally have a joke that's semi-funny for the stripper shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, yeah.
Okay, so this is another thing that we're talking about. So many comics have just comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they have to put their hat on is comedy. Juan Denmark, you are a comic, former Army Ranger, and you got a future in other. You go to school. You're a psychologist. So do you think that helps your comedy or hinders it?
It helps it, of course. Dude, you need to create a niche. Like, again, when you're a comedian, it's a degenerate form of expression. So if you're just doing comedy, what life experiences do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was in this city yesterday. Oh, I was in this city yesterday. A crowd member said this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking audience member said this yesterday. Who gives a fuck? Tell me something about that's redeeming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was at the shore. I was on the docks. It's crazy. The people on the docks think the earth is flat when you load ships.
That's funny.
Exactly, but you're gaining a perspective.
Yeah.
Back to psychology. Everybody's talking about psychology. Everybody's diagnosed with some bullshit now. So when I bring up these things, that's going to spark people. Dude, I just got diagnosed. Blah, blah. Like, saying these things of your experiences outside of comedy put more flavor into your bit.
What makes you a real person?
And it makes people want to fuck with you more. We're not just doing this to talk into the abyss. We want people to connect with us and then be loyal supporters of us. Like, I was on a date yesterday, and some dude started talking to me while I was on the date, and he was like, yeah, I went to 176 Grateful Dead shows. And the first thing me and the girls on the date said was, damn, I wish I had supporters like that.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want. You want niggas to be like, yo, Lucas is in town? I'm there.
Die hard.
Juan's in town? I gotta see this shit.
I mean, that's a part of the reason I took a step back. I took the month off and even thought about taking like a year off because I got perspective, but I sometimes, like you said, some people, their only perspective is comedy. I don't want to hear jokes that only make comics laugh. I don't want to hear about you just going around doing comedy.
Dude, I hate when people are like, yesterday I was at an open mic. I'm like, nigga, we're at a fucking show right now. What the fuck is an open mic?
Yeah, that's an open mic.
Who gives a
joke.
fuck what an open mic is right now?
I don't want to hear it because if you're really at a professional show, I want to pretend. If I'm at I sometimes have a hard time putting myself in the shoes of an audience member, but I don't. If I'm watching a professional comedy show, if you bring up an open mic, I don't want to be at this comedy show.
Exactly. Why the fuck are we talking? And don't bring up comedians either, really.
No.
Oh my God, comedians are so stupid. Who gives a fuck? Tell me about yourself. Be funny.
But then the telling you about yourself has to be a unique. There's so many comics with the same perspective, and you get the same perspective over and over and over again. It makes me want to blow my head off.
I know.
And that is a part of the reason why I wanted to take a step back and go find my perspective. Because I started when I was 18 years old. I was an 18-year-old comic. I'm so glad I didn't start at that age. I've never been an adult who didn't do stand-up comedy. And that was the thought. I got this like repetitious thought in my head. I've never been an adult who's never done stand-up comedy. I've never been an adult who's never done stand-up comedy. I just wanted to walk away. Yeah, but I wanted to be an actual adult. But the fucked up part is stand-up comedy is like having AIDS, bro. It's a trap. There's no cure. You're gonna be 45, even if you quit right now. When you're 45 years old, you're still gonna think about the fact that you were a stand-up comedian. Well, now you're ruined. If I stop doing comedy, there's no other label other than failure. Yeah, I know. I failed. That's why I'm so glad I started at 27, because I was still in my 20s, and like I got to live 9 years of my adult life without even contemplating being a comedian. Like I didn't decide to be a comedian until I was on stage. So the whole time going up to it, I never was like, ooh, let me write a bit down. I never wrote any bits down prior to that. So it's like, for me, my brain is like, I was like, okay, I know what it's like to just be a human. But for you, once you start at 18, you're ruined. I made the decision at 60. That's crazy. I was gonna do the high school talent show and do a stand-up set. That's crazy. I had no jokes, so I kind of bitched out. I was like, I'm not. And then you think, if you go bombing the high school talent show, sucks. If you bomb the high school talent show and then you gotta go to class, yeah, that's crazy. You're done. Yeah. You're fucking done. Your career's over. So I knew that. You might never be a comic ever again. No. So I didn't do that. But I did make the decision at 16, started at 18. And I stopped during COVID and then haven't stopped since. So it's like that thought where it's like I really did. I thought about, instead of a month off, I thought about taking a year off just to go be an adult and just get shit together. Because like comics don't get their shit together like that. We're in a weird place though. I'll say this. We're in a weird place comedically because we're funnier than most of the comics. We just are. It is what it is. We need to start accepting it. We're funnier than most of the comics, and if we quit or we take a year off, we're gonna start on this blank slate where we have to build all the way back up again. I mean, you can take that risk. I can't take that risk. You know what I mean? So I support you. If you want to, if you feel like you need to take a break, I mean, a year is, it's a long time, but it'll go by fast. It will. Like if you need a year, you should take it soon, to be honest. Because right now, like you're cooking, and people know you for comedy, and they believe in you, and you can't take, like in 5 years, you can't take a year off. I took my month. After my month off, I'm the funniest I've ever been. That's what I'm saying. I've been crushing after the month off because I feel rejuvenated, and I kind of just gathered my thoughts and gathered one, because I am doing other things. I'm not just doing comedy. Right. Longshoreman, college student, comedian. That's why I stopped exercising. Yeah, that's too much. It's a lot. That fourth thing, something had to go. Something has to go. Something had to go. It's a lot to juggle. I look like a bird again. I stopped. I looked strong for a second. I looked like half a second. You wanted to fight me. I did. I was like, I'm tired of you saying. I'm tired of this. You could back me in a corner. I had to go back to the gym, dude. I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm pumping now. And now I'm frail. I look like a baby bird with stepchildren. Shout out to Anthony. You look like a baby bird who just like intruded on somebody else's nest. Cuckoo bird. Is that what cuckoo bird is? That's exactly what cuckoo you do look like a cuckoo bird. Oh shit, that's funny. But yeah, dude, this shit's hard, man. This shit's hard, and it makes you contemplate your fucking yourself all the time. And that's the sucky part about comedy, is like you are the only person to pick yourself up. But it seems like you carry a lot of people. I do. In comedy and outside of comedy. Let's start with comedy first, and then we'll work our way out. How do you carry people inside of comedy? Inside of stand-up comedy? Do you carry me? One, you're fine. You carry yourself. I carried your rucksack. That's why we're brothers. That fucking rucksack was heavy. That's why we're brothers. It was a metaphor, that rucksack. Yeah, that is a metaphor. That's deep. That's actually dope. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, like that's why I fuck with you, because we carry ourselves. Yes, I'll be fine. Okay, I'll be okay at the end of the day. But everybody, I make an effort So there's a lot of comics that suck ass at comedy, right? Like a lot of people are terrible. I walk up to them and I go, hey, you're really good.
So you lie to niggas.
Yeah.
Why do you lie? Why don't you say, hey, you got things to work on, but I see your potential?
I'll do that.
You can say the same thing, just in a different way.
I do that, but like I really mask the bad, and because I understand when you first start comedy, you suck ass.
Oh yeah, you suck. You're
so
supposed
I
to
walk
suck.
up and I understand also that a lot of the people that are first starting are probably going to quit anyway, and they're really just looking for something to make them feel better. Mm-hmm. And I kind of realized how easy it was to make someone feel good. So if I could just pat someone on the back and be like, hey man, that was good, keep coming back. Mm-hmm. That dude, I'm drunk when I say it. The dude doesn't even know I'm blacked out. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go drunk drive home after I say that little comment. I might not even make it. But he remembers it for the rest of his life. And that little, like when I realize that, I do that all the time.
Oh yeah, people, that's my whole career, honestly. Yeah. It's a bunch of people in different cities that are like, dude, I remember when Juan just was like, dude, keep going. Like mad people. There's so many people now that like I can't name them anymore.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you quit or not.
I don't care either.
But I'm gonna
I only care if I followed you back on Instagram. If I followed you on Instagram and you quit, I'm gonna unfollow you. I've already done it. So like if you're a new comic, someone might watch this who's a new comic. If you're a new comic and I followed you back on Instagram and you quit, I'm going to find your Instagram and I'm going to unfollow you. All right, this is a business. This is not personal. I still love you, but I cannot support your journey anymore. I want to follow women.
Yeah, you can't support.
I want to follow women with ass and tits.
That's a good philosophy. Yeah, if they quit, I'll keep track.
There was a really funny Asian comic in this city, and I followed him back, and then he quit, and I haven't seen him since. He was a doctor.
Oh shit. Anyway, I think I carry. So that's the first regard. I carry a lot of those people, which I think you do the same thing. But then outside of that, I think there's a lot of people that just believe in Lucas Copp, and they kind of hitch their dinghy to my ship. You know what I mean?
How can you tell between both groups?
Well, the first group, they're just happy and they'll come and ask me advice and things. The other group will come and help me out. Like there's a group of people that love to help me out, and I actually really appreciate that. There's a group of people that they'll see the potential in you and want to help you reach whatever you're trying to get to. So they'll come and help out any way they can to help push you up. But when they're helping you, in some regards, you have to help them. It's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship. You can't just be pushed up without you helping them.
Right. Well, I mean, if you kill the show, that's helping them.
It is. So there is, and that belief, someone having a belief.
We both think like that. Actually, that's kind of what is building our name faster than everybody else's. Because we're doing the shows of the new comics and we're killing them and we're headlining them, and it's kind of putting more respect on our name to the other comics because they're looking at our posters, they're seeing that we're headliners, they're seeing that people are coming out to these shows, they're seeing that we're killing these shows, and then they're like, wait a minute. And then when they see us do comedy, then they see us kill those shows. We're kind of like building a weird atmosphere of like, we have control on all the market in this city right now.
It's kind of a bottom up thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I'm so friends, like we're friends with the dudes that first start. These guys are starting shows quick.
And they're starting good shows.
Good.
They're not even bad shows. These are great shows.
They're better than the established
yeah,
shows.
Word.
And then you go and kill that show, and then people don't even... Because I've had really great comics, established comics, go like, what is that show? How the fuck was that? It's like...
It was great.
The greatest comics in Portland don't know the new people who are starting cool shows.
Because they have this mentality of, you have to earn the right to fuck with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, we are like more people, and we're like, nah, I fuck with you. And then it just so happens to work out because we're already on the ground level. But eventually, we're gonna have to get to that level where people are gonna have to get referred to us and shit. You know what I mean? We're gonna get to that level too, where there's gonna be something bubbling at the bottom level and we're kind of too above it. It happens to everyone.
It does, but at the same time, I would like to avoid that. Because have you ever been like weirdly respected?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When you get weirdly respected, it's like, bro, we're on the same open mic sign-up sheet right now. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Not that different. You know, you get that weird respect. And at the same time, it's like these comics that are, above or whatever. I've been working on, they're a person too. I am trying to work on treating no one with reverence. I want to not respect any comment.
That was part one.